YouTube, what's going on? Matt Garland here, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. We are live. We are blessed. Thank God for another day. Happy Monday to everyone. This beautiful Monday in New York City. What's today? January 3rd, January 2nd? I don't even know what today is. January 3rd, 2024. It's National Home Ownership Month, the month of June, right? So for all you future homeowners, make sure you go to mgbookstore.com and pick up the books. House Hackonomics is the book you probably want to get if you want to learn how to house hack the right way. And if you want to buy investment properties, your first, your second, your third, you definitely need the Real Estate Investors Manifesto. And for the month of June, for MG Mortgage Academy, I have a special for you guys. I lowered all the prices because I want everybody to be able to come and learn and get more information and resources, et cetera, et cetera. So now you can join MG Mortgage Academy for only $12.97, $12.97 a month. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's almost free. And it's going on throughout the month of June for National Home Ownership Month. So go to mgmortgageacademy.com, sign up today. And like my brother Byron said, clear space in your life and join the Mortgage Academy and come on down and learn how to buy real estate. All right. So, before I forget, hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But also, if you're a real estate professional, make sure you type in the chat where you're from, what you represent, et cetera, because you never know who might need your services. All right. So if you follow me on Instagram, MG the Mortgage Guy, and if you don't, go follow me over there on Instagram, MG the Mortgage Guy. I was on live last night with a friend of mine, and she came on here and she was talking about grants, and she blew everybody's mind. So I said, you know what? We need to take this conversation to YouTube so that way this information lives forever for my community, right? Because you know how Instagram Live be. It be suspect sometimes. So without further ado, let me bring up my good friend and founder of the Pink Print, Miss Stormy Banks. Stormy Banks, how the hell are you today?
I'm doing good. How you feeling? How you feeling?
You know, I woke up this morning. God is good.
Yeah,
God is amazing.
that'll do
Amazing.
what to do every day.
Right. So Stormy Banks, introduce yourself for my YouTube audience now, for those of them who might not know who you are.
What's up, YouTube? I'm glad that you guys get to be here with us today. I am Stormy Banks. I am the owner and founder of a company called Pink Print. So what we do is we help small business owners and nonprofit owners get access to grant funding, which is debt-free funding that you never have to pay back. So we are a team of grant writers here to help you guys and help you guys get that access to that funding.
I love that. Now, I learned something on that live yesterday about a media company being able to get grants up to $1 million. And I'm definitely going to hire your firm to do that because I have a media company and
Exactly.
I want up to $1 million to help grow my media company. So this live yesterday, y'all, was incredible. If you don't, go watch it and you'll see what we're talking about. But that's why we're here today, right? Because you mentioned on the live that there's websites out here where we can go as regular people and we can find all these grants. So I thought it would be a great idea for us to come on YouTube Live and you show us this website and you give us a walkthrough of this website and how we can navigate it, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not going to sit up here too long and talk. The floor is yours, Stormy Banks, because I want to sit here and learn today, right? I got my phone right here and I'm going to be having my notes, okay? And I want to learn. I am a student of yours today. So, Stormy, if you would go ahead, present your screen, do what you got to do, and I'm going to be backstage hanging out while you run the show today.
Absolute, 100%. So I'm glad that we get the chance to do this because actually finding the grants is probably the hardest part of finding grants that you can qualify for. So I'm going to show you guys not one database that I use, but I'm going to show you guys two databases. If we have time, I'll give you an extra precursor to the third one that I really want you guys to know about, because whether you're a for-profit or a nonprofit business owner, you can find grants that actually can be used for your business and in your business. And grants is money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks involved. There's limited personal information that you have to give out. So I'm going to show you guys how you can actually access these grants through the databases. So for the first one that we're going to go through, it's grants.gov. Grants.gov. This is one of my favorite websites to utilize because these are where the government grants are, and they're really high ticket grants. So when MG was talking about the media grant from before, that's on this website. So I'm just going to show you guys how to utilize the website so that you can find grants for yourself and for your business. So boom, this is the website, grants.gov. When you go on here, this is a free platform to use. So how people love to say free money, all these websites that I'm going to show you are absolutely free. You can register, and they all do also offer additional benefits if you want to become a member of them, but it's not necessary for you to actually gain access to the grants. So as soon as you go on grants.gov, this is what you will see front facing. And all you have to do is come to this button here and click search grants. So as soon as you click search grants, you'll see a bunch of stuff and a bunch of words that won't really make sense, but I'll tell you the key things to look out for. So as soon as you come on here, what you're going to want to do is first, you're going to want to click on this side tab where it says opportunity status. You want to toggle off where it says forecasted. Forecasted are grants that are going to come out in the future, but have not been officially offered out into the public yet. So you only want to go for grants on here that are posted grants. So we're going to toggle off that forecast button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to where it says funding instrument type. So we want to go for grants. So there's other type of funding on this website as well, but we want to focus solely on the grant opportunities that they have. So we're going to toggle on this button here. We're going to scroll down a little bit more and we're going to look at the eligibility criteria. So you want to go for whatever actually fits you right now. So are you a city or a government? Are you a for-profit? Are you a small business? Are you an independent school, an individual? You know, you can go through here, nonprofits without 501c3 status. There's all of these different eligibilities that are on here, and this will help you find grants more tailored to what you do and who you are, so that you're not scrolling through thousands. As you guys can see, there's 1,795 grants that are currently open on this website. You don't want to look through 2,000 worth of grants on here. So you want to really toggle off what makes sense for you. I'm going to click a couple. I'm going to do small business. I'm going to do nonprofit, just so we can get a couple of grants on here so you guys can really see how this website works. I'm going to do nonprofit. And I'm going to also click on for-profit organizations other than small businesses. Okay. So once you kind of toggle off your eligibility requirements, you can go into different categories that you're in and really make sure that it's like grant specifically for you, which they have ones from agriculture, arts, business, community development, education, environment, food, housing, health, justice. You know, the list goes on and on and on and on, transportation. And then also you can look for certain departments and agencies that you want to go for as well. I typically tell people, don't toggle anything in here, because until you really know which departments you're looking for, that will make your initial search very, very difficult for you. Okay. So now that we have all of our toggles and things done, what we want to do is we want to click over here where it says close date, because close date is the deadline date for when a grant ends. So a grant has an open date and a close date. Typically, they're open for 30 days. If it's a grant like this, they'll be open for maybe 6 months, depending on the criteria and how much money that they're going to be worth. So as you can see, like this one is 4 months from, June to all the way to October. So we just want to click this close date so that we can get it from what's closing earliest to what's closing the latest, so that we can be looking at what's open right now and current for us to really make sure that we're getting the grants we want to go for. So there's a couple of details that you got to understand when you're using this website, because there's so many grants on here. Now, what I typically do is go to the keyword section here on our left-hand side, and I type in the keywords. Whatever my client is looking for monies for, whatever industry they're in, I always go over here and put in actual keywords so that I can get the grants with those keywords in there. So for instance, I know a lot of you guys, if you're in MG's community, you're going to be real estate professionals or developers. So we can find a grant that says like, and for instance, too, you have to put quotation marks. So quotation marks will get you, it will find a grant on this website that specifically says those things in it. So we can put real estate, and then we can put, I always put not research, because sometimes they have grants for like research, and we want grants for actual real estate projects. So if we just click search, for instance, you can see there's a couple grants that come up immediately, right? We were talking about this program yesterday, which was HUD. HUD always gives out grants. That's a great agency to go for. And this one is a resident opportunity and self-sufficiency program. And then we also have a shelter and services program. So once you click on it, it'll give you all of the details about the grant itself. So as you guys can see, this grant, the award ceiling is $34 million. So everyone could probably get a piece of this pie as long as you fit the criteria. So this grant here, it ends on July 13th of 2024, and they have an award ceiling of 34 million and an award floor of 10,000. So they're not giving anything less than 10,000. So once we scroll down, we can see the eligibility requirements of who can actually go for this grant opportunity, and all of those will be listed down here. So I always tell people, you know, look at the eligibility requirements and then kind of get a little bit of a basis on what the description is. So the Department of Homeland Security has committed to bolstering the capacity of non-federal entities to receive non-citizens after they have been processed through U.S. Customs or Border Protection and released from the DHS. So for instance, what that's saying to you guys is some of you guys have properties that you're using for Airbnb, but what if you use those same properties to house non-federal entities to receive non-citizens, right? So you have all these apartments, all these homes that you're renting out, but the government will pay you as little as $10,000 and up to, you know, a few $1 million, where you can be able to house non-citizens after they've been released from DHS. That's a whole nother realm of business that you can start and gain access to, and they'll allow you to use the monies as well for building up your properties, doing different furnishing in your property, so that you guys can have that support from the government. So we always say, who is the best buyer? The best buyer in the world is literally the government. They're always giving out different fundings, and it takes you understanding where the money is going to really be able to outline what is the proper plan for you to go towards, instead of just thinking like, oh, let me do Airbnb. This is also a short-term rental opportunity that you guys can access, but it's just for people who are non-citizens who are getting released from DHS, right? So these are opportunities that you guys can look for when you're going for programs. People would overlook this type of stuff simply because it doesn't say money for Airbnb or money for short-term rental, right? We didn't see that anywhere in the description, but what we are seeing is, oh, you need short-term rental properties for people who need to be housed. Cool, I can get that going. I can do that. So for instance, this one, they just need you to submit a proposal for your business before the deadline date. What was it? July 16th? I think that was what we saw. Yeah, July 13th. So they want you to submit a proposal by July 13th to be able to get access to these grant fundings. And you can submit a budget based on what you would need to actually create the homes, furnish the homes, employ the homes to get the correct staffing, cleaning agents, and things of that nature. So you can go as little as 10,000 all the way up to, 34 million, which I wouldn't suggest going to 34 million, but you guys get the drift. There's all these different opportunities out there. So even if we're looking at, going into other opportunities that are out there, for instance, like media companies, we can search it, put my little quotations on here. So we can search media, And you guys can see there's all these different type of media grants that are out here right now. So they really want people who are doing media, because they want, of course, they always want to control what's being out there, what's being said. They want people to be creative and artistic and get messages that aren't quote unquote fake news. So they have all of these different media grants. And I can even go further with this and say, let's go, STEM education is a hot one. So I can go STEM education and I can find these grants specifically for STEM education opportunities. So we can click on just one random one. So this one doesn't end until October 12th. It doesn't have an amount that they're offering, which typically means that it's an unsolicited grant, which means that you can submit basically however much you need for the grant opportunity. And then, of course, here's all of the different people who can apply to these type of grants. And all the information is on here. So what I love, if you guys have questions about the specific grant, they always give you like a direct email contact for the program managers. So you guys can see this is literally Julius Cotton. All of his information is on here, his email and everything. And when you're going for grants, it's really important to build a relationship. Hey, Julius, thanks so much for the opportunity. I saw the grant of such and such and such and such grant. I just want you to know that we're going to be submitting our application. Let me know if you have any opportunity to jump on a call so I can explain to you what we do, or if you can explain anything else about the program through email, just let me know, no pressure, right? Because now when Julius sees you and your program, he falls in love with you as a person. He's the program manager. He's going to be like, oh yeah, I remember such and such company. We got on a call. They seem like great people. Let's go through their proposal with ease and like really make sure that they're the right person. And then he's going to be more inclined to funding you. So sometimes it takes you doing those like extra steps to really get ahead of the other people who will be applying for these grant opportunities. Now, y'all let me know in the chat too, what are some of the industries that you guys are in? And I can show you guys how to look up grants for those specific industries. Let me know in the chat and I can look those up as well for you guys. But grants.gov is literally one of the best sites to use when it comes to finding grants with large amounts of grant opportunities. This is the site that my team uses every single day to go for, different grants for our clients and win $17 million in a year for our clients, right? So now this is grants.gov, but I want to show you guys another site too, because I love looking for grants. It's like I can get super crazy about it. So someone put in the chat PET, which I'm not really clear on exactly what that would mean, but grantwatch.com is a great website as well. So this is how grantwatch.com would look. So grantwatch.com is another one, but it's a little more user-friendly than it is on grants.gov, because you can do the same thing as far as like toggling off different filters. But it does kind of limit you if you don't have, like, it limits you to search if you're not a member with them. So I'm going to just log in really quickly to my membership so I can show you guys the full website. You can still use it for free, but you wouldn't be able to get as much access as you see me having. So for instance, I can click on filters. I could choose categories that match, my business. I can choose locations. I can choose direct cities, states, different locations that match my business. I can type in funding sources. So with this one, you can select all because you want corporate grants, federal grants, foundation grants, local grants, state grants. You want all of the grants. So this is only grants only, not any other different funding opportunities. And then you can search by recipient. So are you a small business, a nonprofit, individual? You can search that out too, right? So I'm going to apply those filters and see what we get. And I'm going to only include the ongoing to make sure that we have a search that's good. So as you can see right now, ongoing, there's 6,349 grants, 49,000 grants that are open currently on this website. So this is what I tell you guys about. There's grants for every single thing you can think of. You just have to get in your mindset that it's not going to say, hey, pet owner, hey, pet business, here's a grant for you. You have to kind of get out of your mind and think about how can you relay what you do to a funder for them to give you the funds, right? So for instance, protecting native fish species, like that's on here. I don't know if that's what your pet business does, but protecting native fish businesses, like there's so many different grants out here. It gets so crazy. So I'll type in, you know, maybe you're a veterinarian. I'll type in like veterinarian. Yeah. And we can see what pops up. So there's 4 grants that pop up specifically for veterinarian businesses, grants for individuals to support veterinarian expenses or companion animals. Funding is intended to facilitate urgent treatment or illnesses. You have grants for 1,000, grants for 750 for funding intended for veteran costs for animals facing life-threatening situations. You know, the list goes on and on and on. We can also look up on here, which is one of my favorite grants, which is the beautification grants. Beautification grants is typically what it will be called in real estate when you're trying to develop an area, or you know, you see a dilapidated area that you want to work on. So you can see like they have all of these different grants that are available for beautification opportunities, creating youth facilities and communities. They have projects and programs for schools and local communities, grants for gardening, grants for development, grants for Jewish community building, $10,000 grants for, you know, benefiting local women and girls. You know, the list literally, I'm telling y'all, it goes on and on and on. There's never a lack of grant opportunities that are out there and available. You just have to figure out how you can access them, and now you know where they are. But you have to think about, what do you really do? How do you help the community, and how can a funder help you grow your business, right? So there's tons and tons and tons in the beautification. We can look up literally any type of grant that you guys can think of. You can find it on these different type of sites. And you can, like I said, you could toggle off your location so you can find grants specifically for your state and area. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight too, there's different type of grants. So there's corporate grants, there's local state grants, and there's federal grants, and then there's foundational grants. So each grant is very different in their process. Corporate grants, if you're starting off and you're new to grants, those are the easiest grants to get. Those are the easiest ones to win. For instance, Venmo had a grant, a $10,000 grant that was out. Progressive has a $50,000 grant that's out right now for people needing a commercial vehicle. Those are corporations who are giving out money. Typically it's for a tax break, but they're giving out money to further their social mission and for the tax benefits. And so they're offering these opportunities that you guys can win. The deadlines are typically within 30 days, and they award within like 14 business days after they choose you as the winner. Only thing about corporate grants is that there is a lot of competition with them, because they're typically running ads on their programs. They're using influencers to get the message out there, because they want people to know about the mission and the impact that they're doing socially. So I would also say, once you kind of get a couple of grants in and you get a couple applications going, look at your local state grants. Local state grants are so good. They are easy to win as well, in terms of less competition. A lot of people don't know about the local state entities that are hosting grants. So you will be able to gain access to those with less competition, which means that you're going to be a little bit higher on winning if you're going against less people. And then also they will give you the money really quickly too. They fund through ACH wire transfer. So if you guys are, you don't have a business bank account, you're going to want to get that pretty quickly here before you go for grants, because they're not going to transfer the money into your business bank account. Into your personal bank account. So this is grantwatch.com. And that's kind of how you can come on here and filter out exactly what you're going to need to utilize these websites and go towards the grants that you want to find. And then also, I'm going to show you guys another one that I love. This one is more so for corporate grants though. So this one is helloskip.com. So helloskip.com is all corporate grants. So when I told you guys that these ones were the easiest ones, this is what you're going to find on helloskip.com. So I'm just going to come into my platform here. So for instance, this is what it will look like once you sign up. Again, this is a free website for you to be able to use, and you can find different type of grants. So it's LGBTQ month. So there's going to be a lot of grants open for people who are in that community. And this is a $25,000 grant for people who are restaurant owners. This is a $1,000 grant. They give this one out every week, and they say it, they announce the winners live on YouTube. You also have a grant, a $5,000 grant for creative businesses to boost innovation. You have a $3,000 grant, which is super easy to apply for. $25,000, $10,000 from Verizon. This is the corporate grant that I was talking about, the Driving Small Businesses Forward. This is for 20 people. They're choosing 20 people for that $50,000 grant to be able to purchase commercial vehicles. And then they also have, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of grants. Hello Skip is committed to having at least $1 million worth of grants on their platform every single month. And all of these are currently open grants that you can apply to. So there's no limit on how many grants you can apply for a year or a month or a week. As many as you can go and apply for is as many as you can actually win. So what my strategy is when it comes to grants is I use what's called a grant proposal. A grant proposal is the best thing going because what I can do is I can go to any application and I can just copy and paste what I have for my grant proposal and add it right into an application super duper easy. That way I'm not thinking of a bunch of things to say. I'm not going through the process like, oh my goodness, what do I say on these grants? Is this the right thing? I don't know what to put. I have a professionally written grant proposal for my team that I just utilize on every single grant, right? So let me see if I can share my screen and show you guys a grant proposal for that one, because I want you guys to know, like, these are the things that go into a grant proposal. It's executive summaries, it's mission statements, vision statements, it's budget. You got to have a great budget when it comes to grants, because I would say if anybody loses a grant, it's probably because their budget and their alignment with the actual funder and the opportunity that they have going on. So you want to make sure that your budget clearly outlines like what you're going to do for your business and how you're going to utilize the money. So I have it pulled up here. Let me show you guys how this looks, because grant proposal is super cool. Okay, let's see. Okay, here it goes. Boom. Okay, so in a grant proposal, right? So this is about a 23 page document. So in your grant proposal, these are the things that you're going to want to have: executive summary, statement of need. You want to have your triumphing over obstacles section, because on a lot of grants, they ask you like, what's a time in your business where you could have failed, but you still propelled forward? So that's where we're going to outline all of that stuff. Then you want to have like a needs assessment, which breaks down why you're needed in your market currently, like what's happening in your industry that's making your business so necessary. You have a management summary. So your management summary breaks down your team members or your potential team members that you're looking to hire if you're only a one-man band right now. Breaks down your mission and your vision statement, your core values, your target audience, which of course is the people that you're trying to reach or the people who will be impacted by your business succeeding. And then your products and services, which is what you offer to the public. And then it breaks down your organizational objectives. This is the alignment aspect. This aligns you with the organization to really break down, here's the mission that we're going for. This is why we do this, and this is how we're going to get it done. Then you go through your owner's bio, expected outcome. So you always want to include like projections of where your business is going to go if you get the funding, because this will show the grantors and the opportunity that you're applying for that you have a clear vision of where you're going to go with your business and how it's going to actually make, how you're actually going to be able to impact others with your expected outcome if you win the grant opportunity. So then we go into like business sustainability. How are you going to sustain your business even after you won this grant? How are you going to make money? How are you going to continue the offerings that you're giving through your products and services and reaching your target audience? Your impact report, evaluation, your budget, which is the most important part. And then we go into a conclusion and just an overview of the company, giving like any details and any, contact information, websites, Facebook links, Instagram, social platforms. And I would definitely say you guys want to have social accounts. I would say YouTube channels are great because sometimes for grants, you have to give out like a 30-second video. And so if you create a 30-second video just with your phone and like record it and post it on your YouTube platform as an unlisted video, you can use that one video for every single grant that you go for. So you want to just create that video, have it on your YouTube channel, and name your YouTube channel your business name so you can boost your SEO. So that when grantors are looking for you in the future, they can find you based on your SEO from YouTube, as it's a big search engine. You also want to have an Instagram and a Facebook platform as well. And that doesn't mean that it has to be, a quadrillion thousand followers. I have clients winning grants with 200 followers, but what they do is they showcase their mission through, actual things that they're doing. Like they're showing their business behind the scenes. They're showing events that they were at or pop-up shops or, things of that nature. They're showcasing that to kind of boost that they have proof of concept when it comes to their business. So I would say try to have like 9 posts on your Instagram that show the proof of concept of your business. And then with your Facebook, you can link it to your Instagram and it can be your business Facebook, and all the stuff that you post on IG can go to your Facebook page as well. But those are like some of the links that they're going to ask for when you're going for those different type of grants. And then of course you want to have an actual website that you're using to be able to show them, what your business does, who your business is, a little bit about the founder, a little bit about the mission, and so on and so forth. And then one of the things that we do in all of our proposals is some of you guys have ideas that are out in the marketplace, but you guys haven't like trademarked them and you haven't, copyrighted your materials. So you guys want to make sure that you're protecting your actual IP. So we always put like confidentiality agreements in ours. And like up here, we have a confidentiality agreement and a disclaimer for ours so that you can always make sure that you are protecting your IP when you're going for different grant opportunities. But this is a long proposal, and all we literally do is go on the websites, copy, the part of the proposal that makes sense, and we paste it into the application online, and then we just keep running that up. That's how we're able to apply to at least 1 grant a day. That's how we've won for our company $64,000 so far this year for applying to grants, because like I said before, there's no limit. There's no limit on how many you can apply for. There's no limit on how many you can win. There's no, for instance, with like credit, how you have a threshold where your utilization rate is too much over, your debt to income rate is too much over, you won't get approved for any more funding. That's not the same when it comes to grants. As long as you can manage the funding and properly use the funding, that's how you will be able to continuously go for funding. And you'll know, like if you won too much money, you'll be like, okay, we need to slow down. But typically that won't be the case. So the gem when it comes to grants, you guys, is that grants they're debt free, but they're not tax free. So what that means is that opens up another strategy for you to continuously get funding for your business. For instance, I have a client who's made only $10,000 in her business last year in 2023, but she won $160,000 worth of grants. Because grants are taxable income, it goes on your tax returns as other income and as, gross income for your business. So she was able to take her tax returns straight to her bank. Now she looks like she made $170,000 in her business, and she's able to get funded on $170,000 in her business from loan opportunities or from, lines of credit opportunities from her bank as well. So this is a strategy that we utilize. When I tell people grants are a revenue strategy, like add it as a new stream of revenue in your company, just like you would add Airbnb units, or just like you would add, single properties, or just like you would add multifamily. Add in grants as a strategy for your business, because it can boost your revenue so that you can also get, loans and lines of credit when they're needed as you move down the line with growing your business. Does that make sense? Awesome. So grants is the strategy that we use all day, every day. So let me look in the comments and see. I see a laundry mat business. I see a solar installation small business. I see property management. Great info. Thanks, Michelle. Yes, property management. That's all I see in the chat. And dog breeding, I see in the chat as well. So all of those can be funded. One thing I love about grants is that there isn't a high risk industry when it comes to grants. So you can go under your actual industry. You don't have to go under consulting, when you're really a real estate professional, or consulting when you're a credit firm, so you can go under like education and find grants for financial literacy programs if you do credit, or if you're a property manager, you can get grants for just being a small business or a woman-owned business in your field, so that you can grow your business. And there's no such thing as high risk. The only things that I don't typically see them give funding for is like tobacco or liquor or adult entertainment, opportunities like that. Those are typically things that they steer away from. Anything outside of that, I've literally seen it all. I've seen people get, grants in all of those different realms and fields. So you guys can definitely utilize those 3 sites. So it was grants.gov, grantwatch.com, and Hello Skip for the corporate grants. Is there any nonprofits in here too? Because if a super play is if you get a nonprofit with your for-profit, so you can maximize your funding opportunities, like those are the super, super, super. That's when you really maximizing your opportunities for sure. Healthcare, scrubs, and business, real estate, and property management services. Yep. So I want you guys to really understand too, when you're using these websites, don't just look specifically for, okay, I need something for property management services. You might not find that exact thing, but if you go for grants for, women of color, or grants for veterans, or grants for minorities, or grants for LGBTQ, if you go more so for overarching too, you can also qualify for the grants as long as you meet the eligibility requirements, which are typically like 18 years or older, don't have more than 100 employees, haven't made more than 100 million, US based or Canada based, or whatever city, state, or country that they want to have you be based in. And then maybe they'll say if you have to be open since January of 2024, stuff like that. So if you fit the requirements, go for the grant. Go for the grant when you fit the requirements, right? So those are some of the sites that I wanted to show you guys from yesterday's live, and make sure that you guys knew that this stuff is out here and it's real. I showed you guys 3 different sites and broke it down. So now you guys can take action and move forward with going to find grants for your business. How y'all feeling?
Certified gem dropper. Lots of information. Lots of information. Lots of information. What about vending machines? I didn't hear you talk about that.
Oh, they got grants for vending machines. The only thing is, it's not going to be specific and say, here's a grant so you can start a vending machine. It's going to be like on that site that I showed them, Hello Skip, how it's like, hey, here's a grant for, people of color who want to grow a business, right? And you can go for those and tell them, hey, I have a vending machine. I want to, grow my business. Like there's a fast break small business grant. So if you're an early stage entrepreneur and you need 10,000 to start up vending machines, they're giving away 100 to 150 people $10,000 grants.
Okay. This is a lot of information. Let's see. Justin Martinez said, can you talk about the process of signing the business through sam.gov?
So sam.gov is more so going to be when you're dealing with corporate contracts. So that's not my zone of genius, but they also have a phone line number that you can utilize to call them to walk you through it. That's going to be a different process than like utilizing grants.gov or, sites like that.
Okay. Very good question right here. Kenkio says, how can we hire you? Very important.
Yes. So yeah, our team, we're full service grant writing. So we offer where we work with you to actually write the grant proposal for you that you can utilize for 12 months. So a lot of people don't know you can utilize the same answers because it's not like they have a database where they're all tied in together. Like, oh, well, what'd you say over here? What'd you say over there? It's not tied in. So you can use the exact same answers for every single grant. And then we also will find the grant for you and apply on your behalf as well. So all of those packages are on our website, pinkprintfirm.com, where you guys can work with us, and they range from $597 to $2,000 depending on how many grants you want us to apply for on your behalf.
So what was the website? Let me put it in here.
Pinkprintfirm.com.
Firm.com. Let me get the link. Okay, let me get this link. If anybody's interested in hiring Stormy and her firm, I'm gonna put the link in the comments for you guys right now, so that way you can. And, if you're serious, we don't play games with yourself, please, ladies and gentlemen. Don't play games with yourself. Okay, go out here, go through the process, hire her company if you need help, and get some of this OPM. So Miss, that's just her name, is Miss. She said, I'm in a serious situation, need money for fixing up my home, but I have not had any success finding a grant to help. Can you advise?
What state are you in, Miss? Those would definitely be good for state local grants. So there's a ton of grants that they have, like through USDA, like rural development programs, where basically what they do is if you don't qualify for any other type of credit or funding and you meet the low income standards, they'll give you help to fix up your home. May it be roofing or plumbing or new windows or painting the house or creating security. The USDA rural development programs, they have tons of grants for low income.
Hmm. Good. So I'm gonna put the website right here on the screen so you guys can see it, pinkprintfirm.com. Now you also have a masterclass coming up in 5 days. I mean, not 5 days. You have a 5-day masterclass coming up at the end of July, correct?
Absolutely. That's gonna be a banger. Like MG, when I tell you, you've been in one of my classes before, so
Yeah, they're crazy.
give it up. And I did it for 5 days because I want to go through day by day and really go through all of the information. So thoroughly go through the database, thoroughly go through the grant writing, thoroughly go through the business structure portion of things, like really understanding the tax strategy that I gave them today and knowing how you can utilize grants to truly grow a sustainable business. Because I mean, debt is one of the things that is killing our community. Debt is literally killing our community because a lot of people are not making enough money and they're in credit card debt, they're in loan debt, they're in home debt, student loan debt. We have so much debt that we acquire as a community that if we can start accessing these debt-free dollars and actually using them to grow, we could build up our communities quicker and faster when we don't have those interest rates hanging over our backs as like a monkey on your back. So yeah, the 5-day challenge, I'm going to go into detail about everything that portrays the grants.
Okay, so I put the link for, and it's a waiting list right now. Now, what's the cost of this? Because you mentioned something important, right? And let's just keep it real. Because when we start hearing 5-day master classes and challenges and all this other stuff that's happening in the space, we automatically, and I'm just going to be honest, we automatically know we're starting to catch on to this shit. We're starting to see like, okay, this is just motivation and hype, right? And you're going to do an upsell of $100,000 product.
Mm-hmm.
And people are getting funding and they are tired of the shit because they're going into debt to join these programs, right? Now, what is the cost? What is the cost? And are you upselling anything at the end of your 5 days?
Yeah, so the cost, I'm gonna break it here first because I haven't even told the public, but for the 5 days, it's literally gonna be $5. It's gonna be
What?
$5. Literally. So for the 5 days, it's gonna be $5. So
So a
$1
dollar a day.
$1 a day will keep the debt away. That's what we're going with.
Wow.
That's how we rocking it. Because this is the thing, is like you said, it's so often that we're getting into these situations thinking of a trusted person who can help us get to these next levels. And then we're bamboozled with hype, and then upsell. My goal right now, me personally, I'm like, I need 1,000 more businesses to actually get funded through grants and become 6-figure businesses because of a grant. So that's literally our goal. So I'm like, if I give it to them for $5, there's no excuse. I can name 5 things right now that people spent $5 on today that's bringing them no return. Coffee, gas, Apple receipts,
Oh my
subs-
God. The subscriptions are blowing minds today.
subscription.
I
That
don't even know what I'm paying for.
that $9.99 from Apple gets you at the worst times too. But
The
yeah,
worst times.
so that's what we're doing. We're doing $1 a day, keep the debt away, $5 5-day challenge so you can learn everything when it comes to grants. And then as far as the upsell, our services are always available, right? So of course, we'll let everybody know how they can work with us if that's what they want to do, but there's no huge upsell at the end.
Whoa. So wait a minute, hold on. Time out. I just want to make sure I got this right. Right? $5 for 5 days, $1 a day, and there's not even an upsell. It's just you're offering your company services like you're doing today and every day. That's it. That's the upsell. So they can literally spend 5 days with you, learn all about this, the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, et cetera, and make a decision if they want to hire you or not.
Absolute. Because the main thing is this too, right? if we just have more education about it, we can actually, do it. A lot of people will get like scammed when it comes to grants. People have bad experiences with grant writers, or people charging them, fees outside of the grant, or they're just not seeing any result with the grant, which nobody can guarantee you a grant, but you have to know what you're getting into. You have to know, what to look for. How much should you be paying somebody? What are the proper procedures? How does a grant really work? How come this person is saying I have to put my credit score, right? You have to know so you can be prepared and aware on how to make right decisions. So I want to enable people to make good decisions. And if they choose to work with me because they're like, she's upstanding in the community, she has good reputation, she's gotten tons of results, people love her, that's fine. But I at least want you to walk away knowing I know how to do this.
The Netflix model, I love it, right? And to just keep it real, it's National Home Ownership Month. And I was talking to my team, and I say, yo, I want to do something that's like make it so affordable for the folks. And I dropped my pricing to $12.97 a month to join my community.
Crazy.
Like $12.97 for the month of June, because I want to empower home ownership, right? I do a lot for free, and I do a lot behind the scenes in the paywall, but I've always kept my stuff affordable because I don't believe in putting people in debt when you can just go and buy real estate. You know what I'm saying? So I made my thing $12.97 for the month. And depending on how this month goes and how many people actually join the community, I might keep it at that, right? Or I might not. We'll see how this goes, right? Or I might not. But, I just like, for me, it's like, yo, get in here. And my upsell is, let me offer you my services of, let me help you get to the closing table. Let's provide the financing for you. Let's make sure you're getting the right deal, et cetera, et cetera. I offer mentorship. And also what I'm doing is I have 6 month, 12 month, 2 year mentorship. And that's also affordable too. But I'm also bringing back my 6 month, because I discontinued it 4 months ago. I brought it out for Black History Month. And after that, I cut it off. Now I say, you know what? I'm going to offer that the whole month, 6 months of mentorship for $9.97. Right? And you get one-on-one calls with me as often as you need on a monthly basis. Like literally, they on my phone, texting me. Because if you got motion, I want to help you, personally help you, and consult you, and get you to the closing table to the best way. So I got tons of mentees that I'm helping every single day. Either I'm their therapist, I'm either like their coach, their mentor, their consultant. I'm analyzing deals. But I was like, you know what? Let me bring this back just for home ownership month for this week at $9.97 for $1,000. I mean, 6 months for $9.97. Like keep it affordable, because the goal is to help people reach their goals, not to bang you out with all these costs and fees, and then now you don't have the money to run your business or buy real estate. It don't make no sense to me.
Don't make sense.
It don't make sense to me. So everybody, matter of fact, speaking of my academy, I'm gonna put you on a spot right now. We have classes every Wednesday. I put you on a spot yesterday on live to come here today. Now I'm gonna put you on a spot again. I need you to teach this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's go into a little bit more details. We can do a quick run of what you showed today, but also I need more information from my community. Are you available this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
I can make that happen.
Okay. What can you teach that you didn't teach here today on the YouTube?
Well, I feel like what we didn't teach today, all we did was where could we find the grants, right? We still don't know the writing process. We still don't know, how the application process goes. We still don't know the strategies of actually applying. So we could go into more depth of those type of things as well.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. So please, Karen P., you just said, I need to join your academy. I listened to another real estate investor, and his mentorship is $9,800. Well, my mentorship is nowhere near $9,800. Maybe I need to raise my prices after June, but it's nowhere near that, right? Like you could do 2 years with me for $5,000. Like it's fucking crazy. Like I be tripping sometimes with my prices, but I don't care, right? So if you you can't go on the website and get that too. So if you want mentorship, just DM me on Instagram, MG the Mortgage Guy on Instagram, and tell me you want to do my consulting or mentorship. And I'm personally going to respond. I don't even have a bot that's going to send you something. I'm personally going to respond to you, right? So, and Karen, join the academy, because the academy is just all the educational videos and classes every week. As you see, Stormy says she's going to come
Yep.
on
That's
this Wednesday and teach strategies and showing us how to write the applications and what documents we might need to provide and all this other good stuff. So join the academy. It's only $12.97 a month. It's cheaper than Netflix right now. Like, it's cheaper than Netflix and you're going to learn something. So go to the academy, mgmortgageacademy.com today to sign up. Look at my man Byron. Shout out to Byron. Join the Mortgage Academy if you haven't done so. My guy.
That's
All right.
helpful.
So, and make sure you get on the waiting list. I'm going to put the waiting list again in the comments. Everybody join the waiting list. It's $5. Okay. It's $5 once you release the tickets. How many seats does your Zoom hold? Because I feel like you're going to have 10,000 people at this live.
I got to figure out how to upgrade it because I have the 500 seat account.
Oh, no, that's not enough. Oh, 500. Oh, hell
I gotta
no.
figure out how to upgrade it because I'm like, last time we did this class, when I tell you it sold out in days, and those tickets was like $197 and it sold out in days. So yeah, for the
Jeez.
5, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Look, I put it up here. That's the website to hire pinkprintfirm.com. Okay. So if you want to hire Stormy and her company, Pink Print, today, if you don't want to wait for the actual 5 days, you can hire her today, right? And if you want to join the waiting list, here you go. The waiting list is right here. It's on the screen, and it's in the comments right there. Now, Stormy, tell people how to find you on Instagram and all that other good stuff, because we're running up on an hour, and I know you got things to do. I got things to do.
Yeah, you guys can find me on all platforms as Stormy Banks _, and that's Stormy with an I. So STORMI Banks with an S _ 1 _. And you guys will find me on there. If you ever have questions or anything, feel free to reach out, DM, yada yada. All my links are also in my bio if you guys ever, need access to that stuff too.
Yeah, there you have it. There you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stormy, this was a lot of information in a short period of time. I thank you for coming on the show today. Everybody tap in with Stormy. Make sure the links are in the comments if you want to join the waiting list, or go to her Instagram page and you can DM the word waitlist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to her Instagram, DM her the word waitlist, follow her on Instagram, and join the waiting list, man. It's $5, $1 a day. Like I brought bullshit water today for $5. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even like good water. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like some BS. So I encourage you. Somebody said, MG, help her out. What do you mean help her out? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But yeah, Michelle just said she signed up for the waiting list. I'm going to put the waiting list in the comments one more time. Shout out to you, Michelle, for signing up for the waiting list. $5 is unbelievable.
Crazy.
I cannot believe you're doing this for $5.
No, seriously, me either. Craziest thing, I woke up from a dream one day and I said, I swear to God, I was like, $5. I was just like, $5 just on my heart. I made a post. I was like, how much could y'all pay for a 5-day class? They was like, we could pay $200, Stormy. We'll pay $100 for your classes. I'm like, craziest thing is if I make it $5, I just know it won't be any excuses. That's what I want. I don't want excuses. I want it to be like, I know you have $5. There's no way. So if you didn't come and get the information, it's because you didn't really want it. Okay.
I like that.
That's the vibes.
I like that, yo. I might do something like that too.
For real. No excuses.
I might do that. I might do a Homebuyers Blueprint 2-day virtual boot camp this month. 3-day boot camp for $5.
Run it up.
I like that idea.
No excuses. If you want it, you have $5.
Why not?
I'm telling you.
Why not?
I'm telling you.
It's a good idea. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. If I did a Homebuyers Blueprint boot camp 2 days for $5, would you sign up?
Let us know.
Yes or no in chat, please.
Let us know, because at that point, anybody else who DMs you or on your comments like help us, we did.
Oh, help her extending her Zoom class. Okay, I can help.
Oh.
So
Right.
everybody like, yes, indeed, yes,
Right.
$5, $5. Okay. She said, I will sign up now. I will sign up my friends. Sign up all your friends.
That part.
It's a no-brainer. Yes. You know what? Fuck it. I might do that.
You running it?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let me look at my calendar right now. Why not? Let me look at the calendar. Let me see what's going on here. Maybe
this is why I love this.
Yeah, maybe I'll do this $5 boot camp thing on the 18th and 19th of June.
Because June is you said it's Home Ownership Awareness Month. What is it called?
It's National Home Ownership Month. Deemed and proclaimed by the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Let's go.
I like your $5 offer. I think that's wonderful and beautiful that you're doing that. So I'm gonna match your $5 offer, and I ain't gonna do 5 days, but for $2.50 a day, for $2.50 a day on June, what's the calendar I said? On June 18th and June 19th,
18, 19.
you can come to the Academy for $5 for those 2 days and join. If you're part of the Academy, then you'll get access to it already, right? But if you're not a part of the Academy and you kind of want to test out the Academy, $5.
Crazy.
Why not?
Starbucks that morning and get somewhere where you're going to become a homeowner.
National Home Ownership Month. I'm gonna do a class, 2-day class for $5.
Stamped.
June 18th and 19th. That's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday and a Wednesday, or maybe I'll do Tuesday and Thursday. Matter of fact, because we got classes on Wednesday, so I'll do the 18th and the 20th. 2-day event. Yeah,
it's done.
The 18th and the 20th, 2-day series, Home Buyers Blueprint Virtual Boot Camp, $5.
That's the ticket. That's why you gotta. That's why I love being around other smart people, because you always just, you can ping off the downloads. This is gonna be crazy. The community gonna go crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with that. And it's gonna be after work. It's gonna start at probably 6:30, 7 p.m. to like 8:30, 9 o'clock every night. And like my boy Brian said, if you don't sign up for the Academy, it's because you haven't gotten rid of the bad fruit in your mindset. Woo!
That's a tip.
Clear space, Byron. Clear the space. Clear the space. Don't let that expired fruit mold you. Now, to know what Byron's talking about, you got to go to my Instagram page and watch my live from the other day when I had a white hoodie on walking my dog. That was a bar. I'm going to put that on my podcast. Matter of fact, go to Rants and Gems audio. I'm going to download that video, and I'm going to put that audio up tomorrow morning on Rants and Gems. Trust me, listen to that message. It's deep and it's powerful.
I'm going to go look at that.
Nah, it's fire. It's fire. Really, MG? Holiday right after that? What holiday is after that?
Juneteenth.
Oh, Juneteenth is class that day. We got to learn on Juneteenth.
That's the way we do it.
You know?
What better way to celebrate independence?
What better way to celebrate independence but having 3 days of classes? One, exclusively for the Academy on the 19th, and 18th and 20th is for the general public if you pay your $5. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stormy, any final words?
Nope. Sign up. Get your $10 ready. You got
Get the $10 ready. I'm gonna put the link to the wait list for the print. You know what I'm saying? And there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stormy, I appreciate y'all. Everybody, throw some gems in the comment for my girl Stormy, please. Go follow her. You can DM her on her Instagram, the word waitlist. If you don't find the link in the website, I'll put it in the description of the video as well. But throw some gems in the comments for Stormy. She's wonderful. She's amazing. And I'm going to hire her company to get me some media grants because I need money for my businesses. And I have a couple businesses, so I need them. Okay? Um, somebody said, when I get my LLC, I'm going to hire you immediately. There you
Yep,
have
I'm
it.
here.
There you
Thank you
have
guys
it.
for having me, MG. This was dope.
Now, this was dope. I appreciate your time today. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, download Rants and Gems on all podcast audio outlets and make sure you join the Mortgage Academy. It's National Homeownership Month, deemed and proclaimed by President Joe Biden. So I lowered the price of admission to the Academy to $12.97 a month. Okay. It don't get no cheaper than that. But we also discovered today I'm going to have a 2-day boot camp to match Stormy's $5 offer. I'm going to offer my people a home buyers blueprint boot camp for $5. Okay. Is she going to InvestFest? That is a good question, Stormy. What are we doing with the sponsorship of InvestFest? Because you know, the people want you at InvestFest now.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. We got to chop that up.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. You might see Stormy at InvestFest too. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Now that was fire.